Doing a update on the Suzuki 250 Ozarks. Man, gotta be the best 250s and even 300cc ATVs out there. I haven't found anything else I really enjoy, and I have a couple. So, in my opinion, it's only worth 2 pennies, but I'm glad to give it out as if it was free. As you can see, this one owner that I picked up from a little girl is still doing pretty good. We're not even at 38 hours yet. But let me tell you, those last 20 hours I put on this thing, unbelievable. I spent 8 of them going down the Sims Bayou in this little thing. And I think I did like 23 miles one way and 23 miles back. I'm in Houston, Texas. So it's pretty brutal to drive this thing in a bayou from one side of town to another. But she did it with no problems. So what we're going to do today is get a new battery. Even though I've taken really good care of this battery and kept it on a battery tender, it still gave up the ghost 2 days ago. So I haven't been able to enjoy it. The pull start on these things isn't that tough, but come on, man. So here's the new one. Chrome's Pro. I really wish I could get into it and service it, but they don't really like to do that in these things and go crazy. This one, however, is kind of fancy. Gives you a warranty from the time you start using it. And so you can always test it, check it out, and know what's going on with it. I still haven't turned her on yet, but she's about to get her first moment. I'm super excited. First thing, we already took it apart, but always, as far as we know as theory goes, because there is no real proof yet, it's just theory. But theory states that electricity goes from the positive end to the negative end on a DC, which is a direct current type battery. So whenever I disconnect, I always disconnect the negative first, and it reduces the amount of sparks that I usually get while I'm unscrewing. Looks like they've given me new terminals. Super happy about that, because when you take things apart, always remember how you took them apart and what order. This was the positives, and these were the negatives, but I guess it doesn't matter. But when you follow a good habit, you never have to worry. I'm going to go ahead and set these aside in a logical place, right? Side by side, then I'll put a new powertrain in. We're going to go ahead and see if she fits. First thing you do when you get any part, no matter what, is verify. I know it's exciting. I know you're excited. I'm excited. I've done this a lot. I really love it. But I can also tell you, when you get excited, you tend to not do everything exactly right. Line her up. Tell me what you guys think. Does that look like? Oops. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm happy with that. And what about positive, negative? Are they on the same? Do. Looks like we have a wiener. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put her in. Now, I'm going to try to condition this battery because I took really good care of it, and I kept it on a battery tender, but I haven't really used this ATV in about 5 months. Okay. Haha, super happy about that. Always put the strap back on, and if you can, before you put the terminals back on these guys, spray everything down with silicone. Or if you've got it, use a thick petroleum grease or even a wax that won't melt very easily. Anything that'll keep oxygen from touching the terminals to these posts. That way we don't have corrosion. Corrosion is our enemy. He also takes battery voltage away from us. These batteries aren't cheap. I got lucky. This one, I think I got on Amazon for less than $70 delivered. And it, like I said, it starts its own warranty the first time I crank the engine up. So this ought to be pretty neat. But I'm going to go ahead and put this down because I don't need to hold the phone and work on it at the same time. There. If I drop it, that's the name of the game, right? Now, I'm smart enough to put a magnet on my screwdrivers. I don't have a lot of polarity, but I have enough to drag it where I need to get it. So you can always get a magnet and just stroke it against it like that about 6 or 7 times. I think there's a limit to how many times you should do it. I don't remember. All right, so number 1 in. I'm excited. I will tell you that I did start it earlier today. And I had to use the booster because, like I said, she had her last start 2 days ago. But it was just, I did a little spritz inside the airbox here just to get the cylinders rotating so that I knew that I had enough oil into the system that when I got ready to run it, I wouldn't forget, and cause damage to this poor girl. She's a really good four-wheeler. I don't see the reason to damage it because I'm excited about something. Looks like I dropped some wires. There's one. Okay, these are for the USB/voltmeter. Now I'm going to go get some silicone. All right, I'm back. I lost the button, but that's okay. Strong fingers will prevail. There. It don't take a lot, but when I get ready to use this thing, I'm going to constantly clean it so that I'll make sure that I have the best connection I can have. And whenever times get tough and you're out on the trail and you're far away, you don't have to worry that your battery didn't have a good charge because you didn't clean it. Now that I'm installing the battery first, I'm going to put the positive on because, like I said earlier, according to theory, because there's no real proof, positive flows from first and then you get negative. So if that's the case, then I need to go ahead and do positive first. You know what else I need to do is put the positive wire on the positive side. And then she'll flow to negative. Wiggle, 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 wiggle with it. If it'll pass the wiggle test, it'll pass you riding it. All right, now it's time for the negative. I'm going to go ahead and put the wire in between the plates. And I have my voltage now. No spark at all. Remember, if there's any dirt, grit, or anything in between these threads, it's not only going to damage it, but it's going to make poor contact. Wiggle, 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 wiggle with it. All right, go back, recheck your work. Because even if you're the best, you should still verify. That's rule number 1. So it looks like I'm done. Go ahead and seal the top up. Looks like we haven't lost any time on our timer, so we're still at 37.9 for those that aren't dyslexic. All right, battery voltage says we're doing okay. Let's see what happens. Best thing about these guys, it doesn't matter if it's in gear or not. Just squeeze the brake. Super happy. Yeah. All right, that was super easy. I know that looks like a mess. That's just one flip-flop and some RCA cables when I was digging around for some crap. But new part, carburetor rebuild kit. So she's going to get played with real soon. I just don't know if I'm going to sell it to somebody that I know or build it myself. Because I got her powertrain in and it is time to play. This little girl is a Yamaha Rhino. And the powertrain wasn't exactly 100% when I got it. In fact, it wasn't even 100% pieces in the boxes. So now that I've got what's left of the pieces, and the powertrain's complete, I'm going to go ahead and put it together. Super happy about this little girl, though. I think I'll take her for a ride this weekend. Hope you enjoyed the update.